Good old Booksmart, y'all.
Yeah.
The premise basically is these two girls are best friends, have been best friends for fucking ever. Graduation's coming up like this week. Let's just have one last time, just have some fun, chill and shit. And the girl on the left, I'm gonna call her Miss Innocent Girl, lesbian innocent. She has a situation where there's a person that she has a crush on. So we kind of see this continue to build. Is that other person gay as well? Good or bad, first of all?
We've seen it 100 times. It's kind of a trial true of, hey, we didn't really do anything in high school. Last day, we're going to fuck some shit up and we're going to do some crazy adventures. So it's a very generic premise. So as far as the up or down rating, but it's a very generic premise.
I'll give it a strong fucking thumbs up and a high positive because the premise is way more than what you described there. It's more of like, all right, so the reason I enjoy this premise so much is it's about these preppy up middle class girls that are destined to become senators or real kind of like people in high society. And the whole time they're in high school is they act like those people. So they look down on the people that are partying and they look down on people that they consider dumb or not educated in their eyes. And the whole first day of not the first day, the whole last day of high school is a wake-up call for I forget what the character, I think her name is Molly, for the Molly character, which is Jonah Hill's sister. It's a wake-up call for her because they're in the bathroom and she overhears them talking shit to her, and she goes off talking about, oh, I'm going to be president someday, I'm going to be a district attorney, I'm going to have all this, and I'm going to be educated, because you know what I did? I hunkered down, studied, and I worked hard. She kind of calls out and says, yeah, I'm going to Harvard too. And she starts freaking out. She goes, oh, okay, so what about you, man? And she looks at one of the stoner characters. She goes, where are you going? Oh, I'm not going to college. I got accepted to a Google program for programming already. I'm going to get an apprenticeship. So she's freaking out about that. So it's another character that's like a dumb skateboard generic type character. And she goes, what are you going to do? Oh, well, I'm a good soccer player, so I got into Stanford. And it just causes a whole fucking blackout for her because this is one of those preppy girls that look down on people that party, look down on people that are not as educated as her because she thinks that she's going to get somewhere ahead of people and have more privilege in her life. And it was a wake-up call that no, not only these people have social lives, had sex, and did whatever they want to do while they were in high school, they also got into college as their dream. And I love that premise.
But the intended audience, for me, I think that the intended audience were for people that are our age. I think it was for us. There's so much in here, man, that I just felt like, yeah, I'd rather be watching fucking Zack and Miri Make a Porno or fucking Clerks or fucking Superbad or fucking anything else.
I got all the banter and their love and friendship, so I felt like it presented itself well for the high school students. High school problems are kind of always be the same. It's just how the technology is done and what is the social culture like. Like, for example, this one had a big LGBT moment. We didn't have that in Superbad or any of the early 90s, 80s stuff because people didn't care about LGBT problems. The lesbian and gay people did not exist in a lot of teen films, but they go through a lot of the same process of trying to figure out themselves, figuring out their sexuality. And this movie actually gives out a chance to actually explore that with one of the characters. And in my opinion, does it a very, very proper way.
I think it is good for the intended audience because it is trying to be a snapshot of what it is like in high school today, of what it's like to be in a situation where everyone has a phone, where everyone has access to the internet, where everyone has access to all this technology. And I think for the most part, like, for its intended audience, all my issues aside, for its intended audience, it does nail it because it's trying to be for women, and it's doing it in a sense that's like we don't really get to see this a lot there, and it's able to, for what it's able to do, it's able to nail that.
There's a foundation that's very, very good here, where it's like I care about these characters, but then as we progress later on, it feels like the movie is starting to realize like, well, we got to end this soon, and we're still trying to be funny. And I think like their attempts at being funny and their attempts at trying to like finish the story in general, I think kind of hurts the characters because the characters get to a certain point where it's like 45 minutes in the movie where they get to their second house. There's a second house they go to where they think it's a party, but it's not. It's the second party that's not the main party that they're trying to get to.
Yeah.
It's like level 2 out of the level 3s. And when they get there, the movie's like, you know what? Fuck it. Jokes. Like, no more story. And it's like, yo, I was caring. I was literally caring. Now this just became a comedy, and it's not a good one. And that's something that really bothered me. Like, as far as character goes, I have to give this a thumbs down. I didn't really like the story of the characters. I didn't think it did a good job there.
They have to have these story acts where they're constantly running into chaos before they get to their main goal, and actually they learn lessons throughout it. And this movie is so well done with the lessons and the character development and the interaction between Jonah Hill's sister and the other woman. I think her name was Emily, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Emily, like Molly and Emily's chemistry is so on point, and they feel like actual friends. It's on the level of Superbad, so I want them to interact more. But as soon as the abrasive comedy happened, it doesn't blend well with Superbad because with Superbad, they have an abrasive friendship. Like for example, Jonah Hill character is basically me walking through 7-Eleven with Alan, talking about, yo man, this girl's got fat pussy. Check out these titties on these ones, and they're talking in front of the cashier. As my girl says, I have no house train. So
Yeah.
I get it when some more crazy shit starts to implement into their lives because we establish these characters are very abrasive and they don't care what's going on around their surroundings. So crazy shit can happen to them and they just take it as normal because that's who they are. Where these girls are very grounded. So I think the characters are a thumb up, but the overall story is a thumb down.
As far as the two, it's like, yeah, Gon said there is some chemistry, but there's so many other people around that kind of stop the flow of the movie sometimes. Like when they get to the first party and it's like this weird, like, we're gonna do some fucking murder mystery bullshit. The movie just kind of grinds to a fucking halt because of some of the characters. So it's hard for me to fucking sit there and be like, oh man, I like this because there's so much bad in that one scene alone that just really fucking takes me out of the movie.
Here's the biggest thing too, man, and I had to bring this up, is like, story for emotion. Emotionally, I was affected a lot during this. There's times where like they'll play some music and like even when it gets to the graduation scene towards the end, and they're playing like happy, like yo, like we're driving in this car, we're acting crazy, and
I'm
then like
a bag of dicks, put me to your lips.
and there's even a part two
Exactly.
where like I won't say what character, but a character kisses another character. And I had a cheesy smile. I was like, man, I'm so glad like I'm not watching this movie with the MCA crew or whatever because y'all guys would fucking laugh at how cheesy I was looking. Like, oh, is this a Hallmark moment?
She has a major discovery about someone she was into.
Yeah.
And that scene is
Man.
just crushing. I am not the gender of this woman, nor am I in the same sexual orientation. But I felt that woman's pain, bro.
Moments like that were able to pull it off. So it's like, as much as there were some moments that were good, but yeah, there were some moments that were fucking complete utter trash. But yeah, that specific moment was really good.
I will say progression. I do like how these characters are one way, and then they end up another way towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I do enjoy that, and I do enjoy that. Just physically, location-wise, they are just constantly moving. It's like every joke has its own foundation and its own room that it's in, and when it gets to another room, it's a completely different style. It's like, I mean, people, there's even a scene in here where they turn into fucking dolls because they're on drugs, and they're all fucked up. And it's like when you get like everything has a section. This movie has parts where if I wanted to, I could easily edit this movie into just divided pieces like a fucking pizza, and you wouldn't be confused if you see these in piecemeal. You know what I mean? You don't have to see the whole movie to get a joke.
Doing a lot of different sets and it's going a lot of different places, but something like maybe The Hangover does it a lot better because it's a lot quicker. With this, it just felt like it was like, man, come on, okay, I get it. Can we move on to the next set piece, please?
That's one thing I have to agree with Alan on that.
The tone of the movie obviously is comedy and it's supposed to be jokingly and et cetera, et cetera. But my issue with this is it's so fucking super bad to the point where like these jokes, like for the booze and for the smoking and the sex, and just like, I mean, dude, there's a part in here where these two are in the fucking taxi cab, which, by the way, once again, just like Star Wars, like this fucking universe, this city is so small that everyone's connected somehow. There's even one girl that has like shape-shifting abilities where she just appears everywhere like Jason fucking Voorhees. Like this where it started making me fucking mad because the tone of the movie is supposed to be these two that kind of like, I'm not gonna say growing up, but like they're moving on. This is like their last week together, so there should be some like, oh, Mike, I love you. Let's do some friendship, whatever the fuck. Right away, their first party that they go to, they just split, which I don't even know why they split, and then they split it for goofy reasons. Like you would think, especially when the characters actually say it out loud, like, oh, this is fucking weird. Let's not be around these weird people. We don't even like these people. We're not even friends with these people. And they bring this up. They actually admit to it in the story, in the movie. They say words like, man, how did you do that? That makes no sense. But just like with the Deadpool movie, Deadpool 2, they'll call themselves out on bad writing and then use it as, oh, isn't that kind of clever? No, it's not. Write a better fucking movie. That doesn't make sense.
I can't really give it a thumbs down, but I did have enough issues. It kind of balances out where it's like, yeah, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not.
I give it a pass, especially in comedy, because it's supposed to be gratuitous.
The pacing is fucking killer right away because it's so fast. This movie is so fast. The jokes are coming quickly. I already know about these characters. I already know names of all these characters, which is helping out a lot too. I already know everyone's goal within 10 minutes, so I was like, sweet. And then when it gets in the middle, and when those jokes come, it's like, dude, like certain jokes last too long. The artistic portions, like Jonah Hill's sister, she has a crush on this guy, and when she sees him, they go into a musical. And it's like, I'm not going to discuss like what happens with her character later on, whatever, but it's like we kind of know what's probably going to happen. It's probably not going to be the best news ever. But we're seeing this scene play out like as if we're supposed to be fucking surprised. I'm not fucking surprised. And, going back to when we said that this got a point for its intended audience, which is us, grown-ass fucking people, you're really going to make us watch this goofy-ass, not funny, but goofy fucking musical number, this dance? It's silly. And we already know too that's not actually happening in real time. This is in her fucking head.
This movie didn't know when to end because I felt like this movie
Yeah,
had like
thank you.
three or four endings.
Yeah.
All I'm saying, really, as far as the pacing goes, it's like, because I mean, like me hating the ending should not affect the rest of the movie, but it's like the movie will stop at a halt for other shit, and then with shit that's not interesting and shit that stops it even more, like no, let's focus on this, and it's like you motherfuckers are like getting cocky towards the end, like, well, if you guys are already here, we'll just take advantage of it because we're not making a sequel. We're not going to make any money off this. So, yeah, strap yourselves to your fucking chair, put the handcuffs on. You're our fucking prisoner. You're going to sit right there and watch this shit. I'm like, no, fuck you, dude. Over here, dialogue. I like the dialogue. I think that these two, their conversations, I want to see them in more movies together. I feel like they have really good chemistry. I like the parents. I like the principal.
Oh, the parents are fucking trash. What are you... Dude... Her mom was basically like that woman from Friends, and that dad are the worst. That just makes me almost want to shoot myself hearing those two.
Really? Why? Like, I'm really surprised by that, but...
Oh, it's so bad. Oh my... I don't even know what the fuck they're going for with those two.
So it had a lot of original moments, especially with the Emily character. But besides that, it was just generic comedy stuff. So I'm not gonna just give it a thumbs up in terms of like praising as the best dialogue. If anything, I would give it a middle one, but we don't have that option, so it's a thumbs down.
Okay, cool. And here's the main thing to discuss here is innovation. Now, usually I have two different sides for innovation here, but here's the thing. I don't think this movie did anything new. I think this movie is completely just not innovative at all and didn't invent any kind of way of doing movies or filmmaking, whatever the fuck. But I'll give you guys a chance to disagree.
Honestly, I should say this can get, like, it shouldn't even be judged on innovation because it's a teen comedy. They really don't innovate outside of that because, again, it's going through the aspects of childhood. Except for, adding certain elements to the future like the kids deal with in terms of Lyft and certain phone calls and apps and stuff like that. They don't really change because adolescence is it's pretty much experienced across the board the same way unless you have something out of the ordinary people perceive like suburb or growing to be different than normal people.
When you're taking a look at the differences in what they actually did, it is innovative because it's taking aspects of this current generation, Ubering being a common fucking thing instead of saying, oh, we gotta catch a cab, oh, we gotta run for a bus. Doing the different the phone percentages being a major problem that wasn't in those other two fucking movies. The LGBTQ stuff being so normal that nobody sits there and calls us like, what, you like us? Like, no, it's such a normal fucking thing that was not something that was in our generations prior. So I have to actually give this part a thumbs up for innovation because as much as it takes a cookie cutter model, it does so many different things to update it for the current model that this fits for generation that you could show Superbad to this generation and they'll get some of it because some stuff's universal. But I think people would gravitate more towards Booksmart because it fits more to the current generation. Get a 17-year-old and watch them watch Booksmart and Superbad at the same time. I guarantee you they'll enjoy Booksmart more because it fits more to their generation. Whereas us, Superbad fits more to our generation.
Yeah, so overall, guys, here we are. Alan gave it a 5, Ganja gave it a 5, and I gave it a 4. So in total, 14 out of 30 is our official score of this fucking movie.
Yep.